born in Atlanta, Georgia on January the 15th, 1965. Dr. King is known for his active participation in the civil rights movement, which began with the Montgomery bus boycott inspired by Rosa Parks. He is also known for his participation in the 1963 historic march on Washington, D.C., where more than 200,000 peaceful protesters gathered at the Lincoln Memorial and listened as he delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. He was the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize for his unrelenting work in the civil rights movement in 1964 and led 1,500 people, both black and white, on a march outside of Selma, Alabama, to bring attention to the social injustices that were going on at that time. But it wasn't long before Martin Luther King Jr.'s life came to an abrupt end when he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee on April the 4th, 1968. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is most remembered for his powerful speeches and motivating words to get people involved with facing injustices of the day. Now, therefore, as a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King's life, a day is set aside on the third Monday of January each year to celebrate his legacy. But the question, my brothers and sisters, is asked: what is it that makes a man such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. so great? What are the characteristics of a person that causes them to stand out above the rest? One of the characteristics that I discovered of those who have made a great impact on history is their refusal to be molded and shaped by the world around them. Individuals who are considered as great are great because they dare to be different. They stand for their convictions and become champions for their cause. They speak out for what is right and refuse to be intimidated or silenced by the status quo, even if it costs Minister April, some type of personal sacrifice. And when we look at the church, let's take a look at the church, because the church doesn't need any more self-anointed, self-appointed, politically correct celebrity preachers who conform to society for popularity and personal gain. This does not define great leadership. But great leadership is found in yielded men and yielded women who are willing to lay themselves before the Lord in humble service and courageously speak the truth in love with boldness, courage, and conviction without compromise. Great leadership is found in those who refuse to bow to the now, bend with the trend, conform to their culture, who are not afraid to be politically incorrect. What we need in this generation are those who will hold sacred that which is sacred and stand up for what is right with willingness to face the firestorm of criticism and the pressures of opposition. What we need now is those who will refuse to live a life of mediocrity but step in the realm of extraordinary. I believe God in this generation is raising up a fearless generation of believers who will not be afraid to dare to be different.